if you're looking for information on how to make your character stronger and all the possible ways to do that, keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned for this video. So, without further ado, we're gonna compile a quick list of all the possible topics that we're gonna be covering. And first note, this is gonna be a playlist because there's gonna be various topics and that will bloat one video well over the watchable time. So we're gonna be scattering those across probably 5 or 6 videos. Table of contents are as follows. The first and probably the most important topic we're gonna be talking about is this screen here, your main gear, weapons, armor, and the accessories. And in that conjunction, we're going to talk about the basic stats and how they affect your performance. The second video is going to be covering the combat stats or substats here, crit, specialty, subdue, and stats like that. That sort of ties in within the accessories, so those will be mentioned there again. The third topic, or the third video, is going to be covering engravings and all that comes into play. That also ties in with accessories again. The fourth one is going to be covering the tripod system and also tripods on your gear and how they work. Fifth video is going to be talking briefly about the item codex and skill potions or ability potions that will matter and affect your performance. Last but not least, I will make a bonus video at the end, so this is going to be a 6th video where I'm going to be talking about the card system very briefly, about pets and how they can benefit you, and very shortly about the special accessories. These are pretty much all the information that I will provide here, and the first one is gonna start right off the bat with your basic gear and your basic stats. So we're going to talk about basic stats and improvement on your character. So I think this doesn't come as a surprise. Upgrading your gear makes your character stronger. There are a few intricacies though that make Lost Ark a little bit different compared to other games. We're going to also take a look at attack power and max HP. First of all, in order to open up this window, press on the info button here and you will see a variety of stats. But for this video, this one here, dexterity in my case, is important. And we're going to take a quick look at vitality. So why I said in my case dexterity is because strength characters such as warriors, berserkers, paladin, actually holy knight is probably a strength character too, but basically archetypes have a separate attribute linked to them. As for devil hunter or hunters, it's dexterity. Warrior types have strength. Caster types have intelligence. They all have the same goal or the same thing in common. They increase your attack power. So dexterity, even though coming from the name or other RPGs, is usually linked to something that makes you more agile or more nimble or more precise, doesn't have any of these effects here. All it does is it increases my damage. It doesn't make me faster, it doesn't make me more precise or anything like that. Likewise, strength doesn't make you bulkier or tankier. It just makes you dish out more damage. So with that out of the way, how does this gear come into play? If we take a look, for example, at this helmet, you can see at the very top basic effects: physical defense and magical defense. I don't think this needs explanation. In case you're interested though, you can scroll down here and you will see the numbers here and how they work and a few other stats incorporated into that. What's important for us though is dex and vitality. As I mentioned earlier, my dex is there to increase my damage. So if we take this piece off, boom, my damage went down because my dexterity went down. Likewise, if we keep playing this game, our attack power keeps on getting lower because we're losing dexterity. Keep in mind, none of these pieces have any weapon damage or anything to it. It's just the dexterity that we're going to be losing. Same goes here. If you look at my max HP right now, we're just above 40,000. We take those off, our max HP goes down because our vitality goes down. So right now we have 15,870 vitality, and boom, now we have 21,081 vitality. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Vitality just makes you have more HP, and like I said, for me, dexterity makes me deal more damage. So how does this gear come into play here? If we take a look at the upgrading process here, my current helmet grants me 1039 dexterity. If I upgrade it to the next stage, which is 13, I will get 1187 dexterity, which will mean upgrading my armor will also make me deal more damage. This is something to keep in mind, that you're not just all about pushing your weapon to the max level. but also that armor actually increases your performance overall. It doesn't make you only tankier, but it also helps you to dish out more damage. Needless to say, with how items level works in this game, you're probably gonna run all the set to +15 anyway, after which point you may or may not deviate from your upgrade process, but just keep in mind that upgrading your armor is just as important as increasing your weapon. The weapon itself doesn't have any strength or dexterity linked to it, it just does weapon attack, but I really think that is not needing any explanations. Just upgrading it will give it more weapon attack, which will result in more damage, and you can also find the stat here. So this is pretty much all about primary attributes, basic stats, and vitality. Accessories have the same stats as weapons. So if you take a look here, my necklace has dexterity and vitality. Same thing goes for my earrings and my rings. So the thing here is pretty much the same rule. More dex means more damage, more vitality means more HP for me. Last but not least, rings cannot be upgraded. However, higher quality or higher rarity of rings will net you better stats. So if you just take a look at jewelry here, for example, this is a lower level ring, technically, if you will. It's still item rank 2, but it is not an artifact gear, but a legendary piece. And you can see it has lower dex and lower vitality. So if we take a look at necklace here, the Kaiser necklace has lower dex and lower vitality compared to its counterpart, the artifact necklace, which has higher dex and higher vitality. This is pretty much all I can give you guys in terms of your basic stats. So TLDR, attack power is determined by your weapon and your primary attribute, be that dexterity, intelligence, or strength. Max HP is pretty much just made up by your vitality stat. Both weapons, both armor and accessories improve your primary stats. Weapon does not play into that role. Upgradable or upgrading gear will increase both dexterity and vitality for me. Accessories cannot be upgraded, you just have to replace them with the next grade, or the next tier actually. And that is all for the basic stats. This is all for this first introduction video. Like I said, the other ones will follow as a separate video. If you want to see me play live, I will stream usually every Monday at 1700 CEST. So feel free to check out my stream as well. I stream a variety of games coming from Lost Ark to other games as well. Last but not least, the other videos will be linked in a playlist below. I will put the link down in the description as well. And as the videos are released, I will be adding them to the playlist, so keep your eyes peeled and just keep on checking back to learn more about the game. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Stay healthy out there and have a great time.